I'm just kind of trying to live in the present. So it's nice that we're getting close to the day, but just still hanging out, enjoying what I'm doing, and it'll come when it comes.
Living in the present, but how long has this journey felt? It doesn't just start in August or September. This is something that's been going and circling in your mind, I imagine, for a couple of years.
No, not really. Honestly, the season went by really fast. So I wish I could still be playing with those guys and still hanging out with them on the daily. Like, the draft's great and all, but I love the team that I had this year and the group that I was with, and I probably won't get that tight of a group, but it has been a couple of years of thinking about this, and it's crazy that it's here now.
An eventful season for you, obviously, as you mentioned. What has been the best part so far?
Winning the World Cup. There wasn't a better moment in my season than that, and there's no better feeling than winning.
I don't think it's a secret that in this draft class, the strength is the amount of top end defensemen that are available, and it's almost a choose your own adventure as for an
Yeah.
NHL team as to what kind of defenseman you want. How do you feel you fit into the picture amongst the D?
We all bring different styles of game, like you said, and I think I'm a top D in this class, and I think I'm great at what I do. So obviously, I believe in myself and believe in the type of player I am, and we'll see what happens come draft day.
The other narrative is this draft is going to be more unpredictable than any we've ever seen from a player's perspective. What's that like?
It's not the best thing ever because you kind of have no idea what's going to happen. But I guess you kind of just wait and see, and I mean, I'm trying not to stress about it or anything, and I really haven't. I'm just trying to enjoy it, but it will be unpredictable come draft day, and you never know what'll happen.
You mentioned that stress. How have you been sleeping at night? Because I can't imagine me at 18 being this close and having all this uncertainty.
Yeah, I think only one night of the last month I've had a little bit of, don't know what's gonna happen, kind of like a little nervous, a little upset with the uncertainty, I guess. But other than that, it's easy. It's been easy to sleep at night. It's been easy because I'm every day I get one day closer to the draft. So it hasn't been too much on my mind, but obviously it's a little bit there.
Are you doing media on the outside will do mock drafts and stuff? Have you been looking at the board going, okay, this could happen, this could happen? Like, what's it like from that perspective? And you know who you've interviewed with. You have a good sense of who's showing interest in you.
Yeah, the lists are there, but at the end of the day, the team's got to make decisions. So, obviously, I know what teams I've interviewed with. I know what team kind of shows a little more, I guess, interest, but I guess teams are hiding their cards. So, obviously, they're not going to tell anyone anything, and a little bit of uncertainty, like we've talked about, but we'll see what happens. You just try not to look at that, especially as you're going through the season. It's not the best thing for you.
You played with and against a lot of the players in this draft class. Who's been the forward that's given you the most angst when you've had to defend?
Green Tree from my league because I see him every night. I see him a lot, so he's obviously been really good. He pushes pace, smart kid, and for being 6'4", I mean, he's got pretty good hands. So
You've also would have seen a lot of Sam Dickinson both in events like this, combine like this, but also on the ice. Where does he ask you how you fit in? Where does he sort of fit in this draft as a really good mobile two-way guy with sense?
yeah, he's a good defenseman. I mean, he had a really productive year, really good year, and I don't know where he fits in. So that's not a question for me. Maybe he knows a little bit better than I do, but he's a great player.
Tell us about the relationship between the two of you. Though you've battled on the ice, you've battled right through the cup final, but you've known each other for years. So what's that like, the two of you?
It's competitive. The two of us have, a little bad blood when we're on the ice because we're always competing against each other, and usually we're both on top teams. So, we're competitive kids. We got that fire in us, and we both want to win. So, I have a lot of respect for him because I've seen him so much, and he's a good player.
Did it help going through this process that you were kind of busy? Where some guys, their season may have been done in April or May, and then kind of leading up to this, you've been busy till about the 4th of June.
Yeah, it's been crazy. Honestly, it's kept me busy. Not much time to think about the draft process, and it's here now. But yeah, I have been busy, so it's been really good for me. I've loved every moment of it, and I tried to stay in the present while I was going through it. So helped keep my mind off the draft and let me enjoy what I do.
Now that you're here in Vegas, I mean, everything talks about the sphere is huge. It looks like this. When they draft you, your name's going to be on the outside. Now that you've gotten eyes on what that building looks like, has it started to go through your mind, kind of the events and all the escapades that go around what this draft is going to be in Las Vegas?
Yeah, it's crazy, honestly. I've seen the photos, and the Spirit looks pretty cool, and that LED panel up there. Hopefully, my big face ends up on it, and but no, it's kind of surreal because it's a really location for the draft, and they'll put on a good event.
Now that you've gotten to the end of this season, have you had a chance to kind of reflect on what Saginaw has meant on getting you from selecting you at the end of the OHL first round to today at the NHL draft?
Yeah, it's been a crazy ride. I mean, I remember 2 years ago I was just sitting with my family, just watching the OHL draft go by. So, I owe them everything. I owe Chris Lazar everything, and hopefully we continue to have good years together.
For a guy like Chris Lazary, how well, how much did his offensive mind help gel with your game as an offensive defenseman?
Yeah, I mean, he kind of opened up my creativity and opened up my mind to new things. Unreal coach, unreal person, and just a true player's coach. I mean, there's no one that I'd rather play for, and just the way he thinks the game is pretty crazy, and the ideas he comes forward with, it's really opened up my creativity and made me the player I am.